600 miles off the coast of South America, there's a place unlike any other on Earth. A remote archipelago known as the Galapagos Islands.
Galapagos, Galapagos, Galapagos.
Untouched by man until the late 1600s, the Galapagos have a unique ecological heritage. From Charles Darwin to modern day, scientists and adventurers have long been drawn to the rugged beauty and rich biodiversity of these volcanic islands. Follow in the footsteps of the great explorers with International Expeditions on board the MV Evolution. All visitors to the islands travel with Ecuadorian naturalists, and International Expeditions has some of the best.
Well, Galapagos is a unique place, and as an Ecuadorian, as a Galapagos-born person, I'm really proud to show Galapagos to people coming to see Galapagos.
What I really like about our ship is that we are small enough that you can become a family and everybody can get to know each other. Having two guides allow us also to offer you more options, to do a lot of things like kayaking, snorkeling.
Welcome aboard. Hola, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
The MV Evolution is large enough to be comfortable, yet small enough to be intimate. It offers a range of cabin sizes to make you feel at home, and the cuisine is fabulous, international with an Ecuadorian influence. The first trip ashore offers an encounter with Galapagos sea lions. The adults seem indifferent to visitors, but the juveniles welcome the opportunity to play. Afternoon trips can last until dusk, so there's often a glorious sunset to enjoy on the Zodiac ride back to the ship. The ship travels mostly at night, so you wake up at a new destination every morning, ready for the day's adventure. Even the smallest islands are home to a large variety of wildlife. Land iguanas feast on prickly pear cactus. Tropic birds with their long, exotic tail feathers nest on rocky ledges. And swallowtail gulls guard their chicks from a curious sea lion pup. At sunset, a walk along a small sandbar with sea lions, frigate birds, marine iguanas, and a chance for a swim before another great dinner on the ship. Exploring in small groups by Zodiac is an ideal way to view wildlife. The dark volcanic shoreline is dotted with bright Sally Lightfoot crabs. There are also great snorkeling opportunities throughout the Galapagos. You might come across a Galapagos penguin flying through the water, or swim alongside a marine iguana. Nowhere else in the world will you see sights like these. As always, young sea lions are eager to play. Charles Darwin wasn't a fan of the marine iguanas, calling them disgusting, clumsy lizards. But they are unique to the Galapagos. Originally land creatures, they've evolved to rid their bodies of excess salt by sneezing. Snorkeling in an old volcanic crater is often rewarded with a hammerhead shark sighting. And of course, sea lions. On shore, frigates and boobies nest in every available tree and bush, while the yellow-crowned night herons prefer rock outcroppings. A steep trail reveals a windswept bluff covered with nesting seabirds, and the occasional Galapagos short-eared owl. With a watchful eye on the horizon, you might see a passing humpback whale. Every day brings something unique. Like male frigate birds who inflate red throat pouches to catch the eye of passing females. Later in the day, a chance to kayak in a crystal clear bay and watch the sea lions and occasional pelican. There's a surprise on every island waiting to be discovered. A full day of your Galapagos adventure is spent on the island of Santa Cruz, starting with a visit to the Charles Darwin Research Center. Most of the island's giant tortoises are raised here from eggs before being released back to their home islands. This was also the home of Lonesome George, the last tortoise in his subspecies who died in June of 2012. If it wasn't for the work of this research center, other species would be lost as well. A scenic bus ride will take you to the lush highlands of Santa Cruz, to a small family-run farm where coffee, bananas, and sugarcane are grown. Donkeys usually power the machine that extracts syrup from the cane, but people power works too. What do they do with the sugarcane syrup? Galapagos moonshine.
Cheers.
But the highlight of Santa Cruz is a trip to a reserve where wild Galapagos tortoises are free to roam, to eat, and occasionally to check out their reflection in a camera lens. This 500-pound animal is thought to be 120 years old. On the way back to the ship, explore the town of Santa Cruz. Check out the pelicans at the fish market, and maybe you'll see a sea lion looking for scraps. On board the Evolution, a wonderful group of musicians and dancers spend an evening entertaining guests with traditional and contemporary Ecuadorian music.
Just awe-inspiring. This has been a place where I've always wanted to come since as a kid. I watched Jacques Cousteau. To be able to watch all the things that you see in a nature documentary happen before your very eyes.
The naturalist guides are a real highlight of this trip. To be able to come here with Ecuadorian nationals and see the pride that they have in this resource for their country, and that was a real personal highlight.
The animals. You know how when you go to the zoo, you have that feeling like, I wish I could get into the cage with them? The whole entire time it was like that. They're coming close to you, you're coming close to them. It's so interactive.
This is our 5th trip with International Expeditions. Mostly it's the pacing that I think fits us perfectly. There's never a dull moment, but there is never a requirement to join every single activity. Probably the thing I'll remember my whole life is snorkeling beside my grandson and seeing sharks and rays and all those kind of wonderful things.
International Expeditions has been leading trips here since 1981. Their experience and knowledge is evident throughout the adventure, from the time you book with their travel specialists to the moment you return home. Visit ietravel.com to learn more about the Galapagos or any of the other amazing small group trips that International Expeditions are famous for.